Hello everyone and welcome to NETCRYPTO, where you get important information and news about all coins and tokens of interest. And today we are looking at this said situation called Arctic Pablo, right? So this is a token that we already highlighted, right, as a scam, right? We highlighted this one as a scam about 7 months ago, right? Already 7 months ago, we highlighted this one as a scam and we say this one, just stay away from it, right? And unfortunately, they just straight up rugged, right? They just straight up rugged. Some of the scammers, they pretend that the price is stabilized while not giving the investors, some investors, some of the tokens, while some are able to claim, some are not able to claim. But these ones, they just straight up rugged, right? So most definitely, right, my heart really goes out to you if you are affected by this one, right? They are pretty ruthless, right? These scammers are actually known to the channel, right? We don't know their identity, but we definitely know their modus operandi, right? I call these ones the cute scammers, right? Why do I call them the cute scammers? Because I've been tracking them for, I think, almost 3 years at this stage, right? They had many scams, but some of the memorable ones was Moonbull, right? So their scam method, they always have this like cute animal, right? In most of the cases, it was always a monkey, but now I see in Arctic Pablo, they've changed it to a penguin, right? But the whole structure of the website, their design, everything is always the same, right? Because they are scammers. They see that this thing works, so they keep doing it. So you see, Moonbull was almost the same thing that they have on here, right? And then they straight up with Moonbull, it was actually quite ridiculous what they did with this one, right? Because they kind of like just told everyone that the money got stolen or something, right? Somebody hacked us, we don't have the money anymore, something like that, right? With Moonbull, or it must be one of the scam before this one, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then after this Moonbull, they had another scam, Ape Max, right? As you can see, it's still cartoonish type of situation, cute things and all that, right? And they collect a lot of money, right? And they always launch on PancakeSwap, right? So you can see here, this is Ape Max, right? This is Ape Max, right? This was 2023 even, right? What was Moonbull? Let's see what Moonbull was. Which year was this one? If they haven't updated it already, right? It was 2024. So actually, this one is one of the latest. So the one that they claimed the liquidity to be gone was actually the one before Moonbull, right? And Arctic Pablo is their latest and greatest rug pull, right? And what is actually frightening for these scammers is they've already moved to the next scam, right? They haven't launched the pre-sale yet, but their next pre-sale is already Moonbull, right? So as you can see, these guys, they run from scam to scam to scam, right? They run from scam to scam to scam, and like right now they're doing this whole thing of creating this whole situation where the pre-sale isn't started, be on the white list and so on. They are quite clever, actually. That's one thing that you can give to them. Almost all scammers are clever, right, at stealing people's money, right? So these guys are most definitely scammers, right? And I would encourage everyone to just completely stay away from these ones, right? So a lot of you do ask me, okay, NETCRYPTO, so you always telling us about all these scams, so where can we get the legit tokens, right? So this is the reason why I created the NETCRYPTO membership program, right? So for you to participate, you need to become you are already a subscriber. You need to join the membership by clicking the join button, and you become a paid member, right? If you can't see the join button, just go to the links of the channel. You'll be able to join from there as well, right? Once you become a paid member, you're going to get access to the NETCRYPTO strategy, right, to crypto, right? So this is my personal strategy to crypto, right? And this is a mature approach to crypto. It's not just dumping money into a pre-sale and then you see things like this, right? Some instances you might actually see, maybe you make maybe 50% back, or even a 1 or a 2x, and then the next scam, the next pre-sale, you are hit with a brick on the head, right? So this is a mature approach to crypto, right? The NETCRYPTO strategy. Like for example, as of episode 23, right, we can see 1,000 up, across different segments, right? So we have different segments that we have in there. We have a meme coin segment, we have a 2x segment, we have a long-term segment, right? That is, the long-term is the wealth creation, right? The meme coin, right, is the high risk one, but also can bring high returns, right? And then we've got the 2x segment, right, within the strategy. So that's one thing that you can consider, right, to join the NETCRYPTO membership, right? And this will help you to actually have your own understanding and your own methodology and an approach to crypto, right? That is as less risk as possible, right? Because some of the things that we discuss in there, they are designed to help you manage your risk. There'll always be risk, right? But it helps you to manage your risk, and it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a system. It's a strategy, right? So that's something that I can encourage you to actually join. So what can you expect for this one, right? So for this one, it's just going to die down quite slowly. The scammers, like I said, have already moved on. Now you're going to be seeing most of the focus going on to Moonbull, right? Moonbull is going to be where all the focus is going to be, right? I haven't done a video about this one yet, but most definitely we are going to be covering it. That is if they even start the pre-sale, right? But this is where things are going now. The scammers are already done with Apex, right? They've already moved away from there, right? And what is actually interesting with this particular scam is it's different from the other scammers that we normally cover, right? So these guys, they just go to if you're talking about the scam flow, right, they just go to pre-sale launch, like we're gonna see with Moonbull, right? They go to pre-sale launch, same thing they did with Arctic Pablo, and then a bunch of marketing, right? A bunch of marketing. And here with Arctic Pablo, right, they also have, they're following similar scripts, right? And then they go for stake, right? And then the price increases, right? But here they launched actually on Pancake Swap, right? These guys don't do any artificial price pump, right? There's no artificial price pump with this one. And then they just go straight up to stage 8 where the token just rugs, right? So that's basically the scam flow for these particular scammers, right? These particular scammers are quite ruthless, right? I call them the cute scammers. They are quite ruthless. Unlike the other scammers we covered, they have this artificial price pump, but they completely also block other investors from being able to get their tokens, right? The ones that they allow to make a little bit of profit. I mean, for others, they just don't allow anyone to make any profit, right? That's basically what they do, right? So these scammers are quite ruthless. Stay away from them, right? Even if Moonbull comes out, don't get involved, right? Like I said, my heart goes out to those who've been affected, right? But of course, if you still want to get involved into crypto, consider joining the NETCRYPTO membership, right? And firmly establish yourself with a strategy, a mature approach to crypto, not just throwing your money away to a scam. I think we have almost 75 tokens, right? Once we have all the tokens that we need, they are going to have almost 75 tokens within the strategy that we are using to achieve our goals in there, right? So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one or in the membership section.